Big dog is crazy.
How we get up, just call back, right back. We can spend, then get it right back, man. She just gotta want it all of that, so that's why I bought.
Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Listen, it's time for us to get into Love Island USA episode 24. Okay. This episode was pretty short, but it was so much dialogue, child. It just seemed like it's taking forever. But anyway, let's talk about it. Amora and the ladies are Amora and Carl are back. With Amora and Carl being back, she's sitting with the ladies, he's sitting with the guys. Wow. Before we really get into the conversation of what the ladies were talking about, Annayia talks about Carl being back and how she's really happy that he's back because she feels like she has a chance now. She feels like the connection was good, so she wants to see where it goes. America, y'all done voted this man back in, so hopefully he stays and does exactly what y'all voted him in for, and he doesn't switch up. Because right now, it does kind of look a little shaky because he's kind of scarred. I don't know if he's going to show up how Casey has shown up, because even though Casey still coupled up with her by default and they liked each other for the time that they were with each other, I suppose, um, he still never let that feeling go. And as we hear Carl kind of talk about what all happened, he ain't letting I mean, it just happened, so he hasn't let it go. We'll see if he'll let it go by the end of the week, okay? But Amora is talking to the ladies and they're asking her about the Casa boys, and she was like, oh, it was like summer camp, we had a good old time or whatever. She did make a connection. That connection was with Sincere, but at some point she wants to have that conversation separately with Sincere and with Melanie, so that'll take place at some point, right? Meanwhile, you got Carl, um on the other side talking to the guys, and he's like, oh, it's so surreal or whatever to be back. And then he says, somebody asked him, were you partnered up with Annayia? And he said, I was with Annayia. And I said, what's up with the emphasis on was? Okay, because I'm like, is it just me? Because I felt like you got a little loud on the was part. Like, don't group me up with her right now, because that ain't what it is. Okay, I'm open to exploring whoever. That's what I took from it. Okay, but either way, he did say that he was still interested in Annayia. He wanted to continue to pursue her, but honestly, he did say he was still hurt and that he does got his walls up. So we'll see how that's gonna go. Dylan feels like Annayia gonna have to try and earn that man back, because how you sit up there and say, oh, he's great and he's perfect. You pulled out the perfect card. You said all of that and you still didn't pick his ass. I said, listen, I'm with you when you're right. Just a little piece, okay? So Casey in the confessional, like, I'm ecstatic. Like, I don't know what to tell y'all. I'm ecstatic, so y'all can get off my dick. I said, wait a minute now. Did you tell the people to get off your dick? Who you talking to? Who is you talking to? I guess he's talking to everybody in the villa. Like, now y'all can go and focus on something else instead of, I guess he's talking to all the girls, unless he was just talking to Annayia. I don't know, but I ain't really like it. You ain't have to say that to get your thing off. Okay? Get off my zit. Who you talking to? Like, cause what the hell? What the guy? What got in you? What kind of chip did Corbin put in you? Okay, cause he don't put some type of AI chip in your ass, and I don't know what's going on. But either way, all right. Um, Sincere, he's asked about Amora. Okay, he's asked about Amora being back, and he says that he's still returning Melanie. He was still focused on Melanie, so that's all he want to do. He want to focus on Mel. So Amora talks about, I think we got into that part, right? So Kata asked Amora about, hey, how was Zach over there, right? She said, oh, he wasn't as bad as KC. The guys had their fun, but he wasn't as bad as KC. She said, what you mean he wasn't bad as KC? So TT come over there and she's like, girl, can I pull you for a chat? I said, ooh. Not interrupted mid chat, honey. All I could do was laugh. And the reason why is because it was so many people that were supporting Melanie for snatching Corbin up for a chat in the middle of the conversation. But and that was really up. They really was in support of that. But now TT did it. I bet y'all don't like it. I bet y'all, especially because y'all don't like her. I'm screaming. But either way, Kata turns around and she's like confronting the Casa girls, like, now what the hell going on up in this? Because y'all told me one thing saying that, he was over there acting like this and that, and he was cool. But she over here telling me that he wasn't as bad as KC. So what's what? I kind of feel like they could be saying the same thing. He's not as bad as KC, and they like he's cool. So I mean, he wasn't as bad as KC. I don't know. Y'all let me know. Like, you already know your guy was over there doing some stuff. Like, but he wasn't as bad as KC. But then at the same time, I'm like, why, Amora, are you making it seem like KC was that bad? Because he was interested in seeing how things were gonna go with Sydney. And then he started off with old girl. Then gave old girl the heads up, hey, I want to go and see what things could be with Sydney. I want to share a bed with her, whatever the case was. Then went back to old girl. I mean, I feel like KC again. KC was only bad in my personal based on the things that came out his mouth because it definitely shocked me in comparison to how I'm used to seeing him in the villa. But as far as him exploring, wanting to get to know the other girls, I don't care about that shit because that's what you do in casa. It's no different than what the ladies were doing, and whether the ladies would have saw what was happening on screen or not, they were going to explore. Okay? Or they damn casa would have been snatched up. Like, what is we doing? You was gonna have to do something. Okay, that's what production wanted them to do anyway. That's why they brought the 12 people. But either way it go. Um, so yeah. All right. Um, so going back to that, Kata is upset, right? And Trinity's trying to tell her, like, girl, that's not what she said. She's talking about a challenge, and Jaden said, yeah, outside the challenge, she ain't do nothing. Like, he was cool. And Trinity said, yeah, but she was about to say something until she ended up getting pulled for a chat. And it's like, you coming at the Casa girls like they automatically lying is the problem for me, Kata. When you need to be going over there confronting that man that's actually lying to you. You assuming the girls are lying when I feel like this man is actually lying to you. Okay? Because I don't feel like Zach was that bad. Zach didn't really do nothing for real. What Zach did do was come back and act like he made the decision to come be with her when you really know that the decision that was in front of you was kind of snatched away. Like, he kind of lied about that. Like, he picked you. I picked you over this person. Not necessarily. So anyway, Katie get upset at some point. She's annoyed. She walks off. TT and Amora are talking, and TT just telling her, like, listen, the Sincere that you know over there in Casa is not the same one here. Okay? So he over here acting like he don't know me, BIT. He acting like he don't know you, like you ain't never existed, like you never happened. Like, I don't know what to say, but like, girl, you need to go over there and tell Melanie everything that y'all did. Now, I don't know what all y'all was doing, but I know it wasn't respectful at all times. So you need to go have that conversation. So Amora, like, I ain't got no problem with that. I plan on doing that anyway, because that's just how I am. Okay, so TT says, well, don't go easy on him when it comes down to it. All right. I know you here for yourself. I know you ain't stunned him. I know you ready to move on, but girl, don't go easy on that. So I'm telling you right now, Sincere is the most toxic motherfucker in this bitch. So I don't know why people keep giving his ex a hall pass. Baby, the way TT be having her foot and she just got in the damn villa on Sincere, I love it. I love it because not only is Sincere getting a hall pass inside the villa, he's getting a hall pass outside the villa too. Okay, because the way the people on social media is ridiculing one person versus the person that's been the villain the whole damn match. Matter of fact, the persons that's been the villain the entire season is crazy. The people. It's crazy. Either way, Carl pulls Annayia for a chat. They talk. She talks about how she's so blessed and happy to have him, return. She don't know if he's gonna forgive her, but she still wants to explore the connection. He says he wants to explore it too. She was happy to hear that. She was kind of shocked, and he says, what they had was good. It was a good connection, but he do got his walls up, and it's gonna take some time. And the fact that he said that to her more than one time during that sit down, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Unless one wrong move happens with Amora, because Amora didn't say that she was necessarily interested in Carl. Amora could be the one going home, and Annayia and Carl may stay coupled up. But right now, I think he really trying to see what Amora could be talking about, because I do believe he said she was somebody he was interested in. I think at After Sun, I think he called her beautiful or whatever the case was. So I think, yeah. So we'll have to see how that goes. All right. So she says she puts others first, and she felt like she put his feelings, meaning KC feelings, before her. Instead of picking herself, she went with KC's feelings. I disagree. I disagree. Now, Annayia, I feel like you're just talking. Those were your feelings. Then you say you went with your gut. You had a gut feeling. All right. I feel like you did go with your feelings first. Your feelings just weren't feeling Carl. That's what was going on. So Carl tells her, I ain't no pick me. I ain't no pick me type man. That's not me. I said, ooh. Okay, so I'm not gonna be begging you to pick me or any of that. You didn't pick me, so I'm gonna make you. That what I'm hearing is you didn't pick me, so I'm gonna make you stand by that. That's the type of energy. I don't know, Annayia. You might be in a piece of trouble. If Carl has the opportunity to put you in a position to be where he was, he might send your ass home packing. I'm not even finna hold you. He might be like, you know what, you had enough time being here. You ain't got no more connections. Me and this girl came in via casa, so I'ma choose Amora, even if we ain't fully connected, just to give us more time to be here in the villa, which is probably like what, another week or two, whatever like that. Whereas you can go ahead and go because you ain't got no connection for real, for real. He might play you to the damn left. He might still be feeling away, like I said, that you did not pick him. And he might make you sit in those shoes, like, so you see what it's like to have to pack your stuff and go ahead and go home. So I don't know. I wish you the best, whatever that decision is going to be. But that would be absolutely crazy if he was picked to come into this villa to be here with you and chose to be with somebody else. Not that he had to do that, but I'm just saying, okay? So he like, I ain't no pick me man. That's not me. I'm not that kind of guy. He says he's gonna need a minute though. And that's what I'm saying. He says it again because he's still hurt about not being picked. Are you still hurt? Just like, dang, I really liked you and you hurt my feelings. You didn't pick me. Or is it that damn, I'm embarrassed? Cause like not only did you not pick me, but you stood up there and you slick made a fool of yourself off of this man. Da 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 da. And I don't know what the man thinking. But y'all let me know. But for him to repeat that more than one time during that sitting is like, don't think I'm all in on you. Cause I'm not all in on you at all. KC says that he is glad that pressure is off his back. He says he still wants to have a conversation with her though, and get his point across. And I'm like, what point do you need to get across? I don't know. What point did you need to really I guess the point he need to get across is I made my decision. I don't know, but either way, he wants to have the conversation. Cool. He did say he done with that connection though, so a lot of us that may have thought they could potentially get back together, DEAD. He said TT is the one for him. So this connects right back to what Trinity and Kata said when they sat over there and watched Annayia cry and didn't go console her and they talked to each other. They said they feel like KC just pretty much found the person for him and said, fuck her or whatever like that. And that's fucked up. Okay. Um, I hate it. I hate it. But he says he's happy. He's happy for Annayia, he hopes things work out. He understands that Carl gonna come in here feeling some type of way because he like, hell, y'all booted me. So good luck. Okay. Amora pulls Sincere for a chat. Melanie over there watching, but says just let it happen. Yeah, because one, you can't control it. It did two, you ain't leaving him no way. So what's going on? She Amora tells him that he's a different person. And he says that he hasn't talked about anything regarding Casa to Melanie. Whatever happened over there, happened over there. Um, that's it. He ain't talk about it. Well, he hasn't talked about it in the villa, but he did tell Melanie. That's what he said. He did tell Melanie about the connection, though. And Amora says that she was disappointed because it went against a lot of what they had talked about in Casa. And he says he never wanted to put her in an awkward position. And as much as it may sound like messed up, I'm glad that he did that because I was one of the people saying, if you know you're going to bring her back and put her in a situation like you did with Soul, don't waste her time. Leave her where she's at. And that's what he did. So she says that she felt he took the experience as a hall pass. A lot of them do. Zach did. And really, I feel like it is a hall pass in a sense. So with that being said, that's why all the ladies should have explored. All y'all should have had y'all fun. If y'all already saw how the stage was being set up for them to have their fun in their first challenge with these girls they don't know, you should have already had an idea of how this is gonna flow. So all y'all should have had y'all fun. But either way, she says that she felt he took the experience as a hall pass, and she says she isn't a supporting character in the Sincere and Melanie show. And he says that the decision wasn't easy at all, and he feels shitty, and he's happy that she's here now, and he hopes she has a great experience in the villa. And she's like, all right, cool. And he said, all right, appreciate that, big dog. All right, big dog. She was like, can we hug it out or whatever like that? He was like, yeah, cool, no problem, big dog. I can't stand. That sounds so high school-ish or college-ish. Early freshman, sophomore. All right, big dog. To me, it's just like the further downplaying of the connection that you once had with this person. But you know, it is what it is, girl. You ain't trying to be no supporting character in the Sincere and Melanie show anyway. So yeah, you right, big dog. Cool. And I really want to have nothing else to say to Sincere while I'm there. We really don't have anything to talk about. So Jen and Gal are talking. She finally lays into him and says, you know, I like you, or at least I think I thought I liked you, because the sexual compatibility is not matching for me. Okay. She says, you know, I feel like I'm a second option. You don't be complimenting me. It's certain things that you don't do that I would have experienced or seen or something by now. And you're not doing that. And then he tried to, I cannot fucking stand Gall. The way that I do not like, and yes, it's a lot of them on the show. I don't like the cast, like, period. High key to the highest key. Highest key. Tap it on the piano. The highest key. I do not like these motherfuckers. Okay. And when I tell you, I want him and Kenzie trailer. I want. That is so not nice. That was so not nice. I want those two going. I want Three's Company out. I do. They have to go. They have to go. They gotta go. They've got to go. I'm sick of it. I'm sick. The way that he played in Jen's face this damn episode got on my fucking nerves, okay? Oh, she talking about you don't compliment her enough. She like, I know you came in there for other options or the experience. Other people go do your thing, whatever. And so he's like, no, no, no. He started trying to get closer to her, closer to her. Then when it's time to hug her or kiss her or whatever, he want to hide behind a pillow. Jen, that was your sign to get the fuck on. That was your sign to get the fuck on. Then later on in the episode, I'm just gonna go and skip to it. His ass pulls her for a chat, talking to her, and then pretty much gaslit the fuck out of her. it's not. It's not funny. It's not funny, girl. But the shit's hilarious because Jen, you let this man. You say this. Why you saved him? Why did you do that? Why did you save this man, girl? You saved this man knowing he was more so interested in Kenzie. And I told you, when he switch up on you, I'm not going to feel bad for you. This man sat in this girl's face and pretty much tried to um make her the problem. He tried to make her the problem as they were talking. I don't even remember everything that they talked about when they sat down. But I just know that I did not like how he was moving. Okay, he started complaining, talking about, so I feel pressured and all of this other stuff. Like, the girls won't talk to me because they feel like, I'm Jen's guy. No, the girls won't talk to you. It's because they coupled up with somebody that they actually like. What you talking about? Only person that's not is Kenzie. Kenzie is the only one trying to go back and forth and be in somebody's face that she wouldn't even, she's doing the stuff she wouldn't even want her friend to do to her. Like, what? That right there was just crazy to me. And I just didn't like how he was having the conversation with her, trying to make her the problem. This man turned around and called this girl aggressive when nothing about it was given aggressive. And I felt like Trinity. I started feeling like Trinity. I was like, boot this bitch out. Boot this bitch out. Boot this bitch out of here. Like, he got to go. Matter of fact, Three's Company has to go. Okay, I said this man sat up here and just pretty much created an issue. You created an issue that did not have to be an issue. Instead of you saying it with your chest, I feel like you just, oh, the girls don't want to talk to me because of XYZ ABC. I can't. I don't like him. I want him to go, knowing that you more so into Kenzie. Like, just say that. Like, I just want to get to know Kenzie. Like, anyway, child, it was just a mess. It was a mess. I don't care. Let's keep going. Melanie and Sincere, they're talking. He denies a casa hall pass. He's chatting, giving her the update about the talk with Amora. Yeah, so he's still running his mouth, right? And so she says that maybe I'm not the right person for you or whatever. And it's like, Melanie, you said that so that he could tell you that you are the right person. Either way, he says, I picked you. And she says, and I will give Melanie this. I liked what she said, but it only goes so far. She says that, the prize is not being picked, it's being respected. And if you're gonna pick me only to disrespect me, then fucking don't pick me. And I agree with that 1000%. I'm like, go ahead, girl. You ain't never lied. If you're gonna do all of that, just don't pick me, goddamn. Okay, just a matter of fact, I'm gonna fall back, is what she said. And I'm not saying I'm done with the connection, but you're gonna have to show and prove when it comes to me. All right. And I'm like, girl, you're gonna have to show and prove when it comes to me. I need to see that you up off of him a little bit more, because I keep wanting him and I keep wanting Sincere and I keep wanting him because you keep wanting him right now. Okay, but I understand you gotta be a little tough. So good luck, girl. Kata and Zach. She tells Zach about what Amora says, and Zach tells Kata if he wanted to, he could have brought her back. Now why this motherfucker? Now why he sat up here and lied? Now why he sat up here? Let me tell y'all, motherfucker producers. Y'all better expose his ass. Y'all better expose this motherfucker tomorrow. Even if you have to mention that this damn girl was a fucking racist or whatever it was. She said some inappropriate shit. Whatever. You better show us you going to him saying, hey, Zach, some things happen for personal reasons. We have to remove Alana. Because I want to know his reaction too. What was his reaction when y'all told him that she no longer can be here? Maybe he didn't care, but maybe he went around to the guy saying, damn, she helped me make my decision that much easier. And I don't know, maybe Kato wouldn't like that. Who knows? All right. So Sincere tells the guys the truth, y'all. He's over there talking to the guys. He finally tells the guys the truth that he was telling a half truth. And they like, bitch, we know you always do that. He said he always do it. Corbin was telling him not to do it. Okay. So they're over there talking about that. It's time to get ready. Corbin and Parmita stay hunching. And it's weird because I feel like him and Parmita are much more physical with each other than he and Kenzie were. And I only say that because, seem like they be touchy-feely every single night. They did the shower together, child. But also at the same time, the chemistry just seems different. Like the conversations that they have is just different too, in my personal. But Parmita, you do got a little bit of that 3-day syndrome in you. The way you was over there running your mouth and talking this, like you got a little bit of that in you too, though. So Annayia is now saying FKC is they getting ready to go to bed. Okay. I'm glad the feeling is mutual. It seemed like it may have been mutual for a very long periodical time. Zach and Bryce are talking, and Zach says bringing Amora back, he didn't think that it was gonna turn around and bite him in his ass. And I'm laughing. He says that she said some stuff that wasn't true. Like, what did she say? You don't even really know, and Kata don't even fucking know. I feel like Kata just really overreacting. Did you go get the rest of the information? And either way it go, you still lying. Anywho, Bryce wants to make Trinity his girlfriend, so he wants to keep it going and continue to water what they got going on properly. They end up heading out for their first date. I love Trinity's dry ass scream. It's so funny. I think she looks super cute. And I think the date was cute too. I like that they were on the jet skis. I like that, or at least just that one jet ski. And they rode down to where the yacht was and they were laying out. I thought that was cute. He did ask her to be his girlfriend. She said, yeah, so they girlfriend, boyfriend. Kata and Kenzie are talking, and Kenzie tells her about Gal. And she says that she can really see herself with him outside of the villa. I said, Kenzie, you so fucking full of shit. And I'm not saying you shouldn't explore, like go and explore, but it's something about it, knowing that you would not want your friends to do to you what you doing to them, and you love doing some sneaky ass shit closed behind the doors. I hope y'all told them to expose her ass too. But I feel like Jen already know, but at the same time, I don't feel bad for Jen either. Because you knew what the possibilities were when you saved this man. So I don't know. I feel like you about saved him for Kenzie, to be honest, because you be so wishy-washy with your stances. You don't be making sense. Some of my guys only lust over you for whatever reason, but then those very reasons is what you want a person to show you, to show that they interested in your ass. I don't know, but you like Gabe a lot. Oh, I love being in a couple with him, want to touch on him and stuck on him and whatever you was doing, but then want to turn around. Like, he lusted over me. He was lusting me. I don't like that. I don't like. Why were you lusting? You know the guys that lust over me all the time. Me and my big boobs. Like, girl, fall back. Pat Three's company up, please, immediately. Amora and Melanie, they're chatting. Melanie lets her know that she knew about her, and that he still wanted her connection or whatever. He still wanted a connection with Melanie or whatnot. At the end of the day, the conversation between these two ladies went pretty well. Amora said that she's happy at the end of the day. I think she mentioned Caleb and somebody else. I can't remember who. Was it Caleb and Carl? Caleb and maybe Zach. Zach, it's not happening with Zach, baby. It might happen with Caleb, but it's not happening with Caleb at all. So, Amora, thank you for your services, but I have a feeling that you will be the next one going home. Okay. Um, they had a good conversation. Melanie is sticking with Sincere. Who cares? Corbin and Parmita, he says that he will talk to Kenzie and apologize to her because he's just ready to pretty much get that over with. What I like is the fact that he waited the next day. He also did not. People were in the comments like, so Casey couldn't pull her for a chat that night. He couldn't pull her for a chat the next day. Bitch, hell no. Like, and I wouldn't do it either. Like, you ain't finna be saying all this shit to me and think I'm finna pull you. Nah, I'm still pissed the fuck off. So let me chill out and let me calm the fuck down. I'll talk to her. It ain't changing nothing. And here you is saying same thing with Corbin. All right. They gave it a full 24 hours to let stuff die down. Then we'll have a chat. All right. So he pulls Kenzie at some point and they do talk. He does ask Parmita, does he want her to give Kenzie a hug or a handshake? She was like, I mean, I ain't finna control you. You do what's best for you, like whatever you think is best in that moment. And it's like, girl, you really do want to control him, but you also want to see what he finna do. So there's that. So she said she's scared of being hurt by him or whatever, and she wants to close things off. And I said, damn, bitch, didn't you just sit up here talking about a damn 3-day marriage and all of this and that? And now your grown ass, as you put it, is over here ready to be closed off. And lucky for you, he want to be closed off too. That man said he been waiting on this conversation. So that means to me, he been wanting to ask you to close it off. He just thought it probably would have been too soon. All right. He said, I done explored everybody in here, so I ain't really trying to explore nobody else. So this is what it is. Okay. So it's cool. Corbin pulls Kenzie for a chat and he says he's sorry he didn't want to hurt her feelings or embarrass her in front of everybody. Well, that's what you did. It ended up happening. She really also embarrassed her damn self. And do I give a fuck about how Kenzie feel? Hell no, I don't care. I hope I pissed a lot of people off with it. I do not care. You pulled similar stunts with Caleb. Okay. Matter of fact, how you doing Dylan ain't no different than what you did to Caleb Slick. But at the same time, I will never let you forget how you put nothing in that man's box and was ready to bust out laughing in his face. But you don't want to be the one humiliated. And of course, something wasn't going to go in his box. Somebody probably was not going to get anything. And I understand that. That's really not even my issue. It's the reaction on her face. You played in that man's face knowing you was all in on Corbin when all you could have said to him was, hey, I'm really focused on this over here. The same thing that you over here telling Corbin that he should have told your ass that he was never really interested in the beginning. Then gonna say, you said some things because he was like, I never wanted to say certain, like, I ain't never want you to feel away, something like that. She says that, you said some things. He said, tell me what I said. She was like, throw me out the window. Kenzie's thrown out the window. It's up to y'all three or whatever. You didn't have a convo with this girl at all, and you coupled up all up on her and stuff, and that's lustful as fuck. Kenzie, you've been lustful. You have been the most lustful person in this villa. Who anybody that has lived up to this experience to the fullest has been your ass. And I was so glad that Zach clocked that shit later on in the episode. And I can't stand when I agree with Zach, and y'all make me sick when I have to agree with this man. That man said when he was over there talking to Dylan and you was upstairs doing what you was doing, that man was like, it's the guys do it. When the guys do it, they get pounced on, but ain't nobody gonna say shit to Kenzie. I said, baby, do you have Twitter? Do you have the social media over there, Zach? Because why is you saying the things that everybody that can't stand your ass is saying? Okay. It's a mess, but it is what it is. You didn't even know him and you all lustful, you all this and that, girl. Same thing with you too. And I don't want to hear nothing about the girls reacted that way because of what they saw with the guys, and the Kenzie was gonna do that anyway. Why? Cause that's just how she is. Okay. But let's keep going. She said she actually had feelings for him and she felt played or whatever when she felt like Corbin was like genuine. He really wasn't genuine. And I said, I don't give a damn because that's the same way Caleb felt. So who cares? All right. And Corbin hit her ass with that whip appeal, which is what a lot of these girls needed a reality check for, honestly, because y'all limited y'all own process trying to stay loyal to these guys that you were not closed off with. Just like that man said, we weren't closed off. I said actual factual. Do y'all not know how it's supposed to go, how it's supposed to work? So she says you clearly didn't have feelings that are like that or whatever. Now that I kind of agree with, yeah, because number one, you should have never told the girl that you started to catch feelings. And then the moment you get a damn letter about going to Casa more up, feelings out the window, just like you took the damn card, the pictures are just her feelings out the window, literally. That's what he was saying, Kenzie out the window, because no feelings went out the window. Because he want to stun your ass. He lied, girl. Ask me, do I care? Because I don't. You think I give a damn? I don't. So anywho, he talks about, I mean, really, it don't matter what he really talked about. She just still mad. She feel like her time was wasted. Kenzie, you the only person who feel like nobody can waste your time, but you can run your ass all throughout this villa wasting other people's time. Scoot over and scoot the fuck back, okay? Sick of it. Parmita over there, you acting just as damn attached as I've already said, as you said the other ladies was acting the other day. But congrats, you're closed off, all right? Baby, Trinity and Bryce ass returned to the villa. You know who was not moved? TT. TT was not moved that they returned. And when she said that they was girlfriend, boyfriend, TT ass sat there looking. Lord, okay? I love a BIT that America can't stand for the most part. Okay? Because when I tell y'all that people do not like TT, and I love the fact that y'all can't stand her ass, I love that her very presence get the people irritated. I'm sure they probably dragging her on social media right now for not overreacting as the people would love for her to do when it comes to Trinity and Bryce. I'm screaming. But Gall says that he doesn't like Jenny much anymore. First of all, Zigga, you didn't like her to begin with. I cannot stand it.
Boy, if you don't get
When I tell you, I cannot stand, they gotta go. Kenzie does let Dylan know she want to explore Gall more. I just like the conversation that was being had between who was it? Zach and Dylan. Okay. When he said Kenzie, like, I don't know what she needs to explore for. Like at this point, she's continuing to still need to explore. He said it seems like she's just not happy with anyone. She ain't happy with her fucking self. That's the first thing you need to understand. She not happy with herself. Okay, constantly running around talking about stuff. I never dated two guys at one time. Like I don't know. Like I don't know how to stay true to this and did it. Because I've never dated, nobody more than two times, girl. And that's all you try to do now throughout the villa. That's all you try to do. And it's some, I also feel like it's not just about her dating the two guys, because of course Kenzie wants to be desired. A lot of people do. And I get that. But I also feel like she gets a kick out of being in silent competition with other fucking women when it comes to these fucking niggas. And I'm just irritated. Like, girl. Girl, she gonna feel like she really got a damn prize out of Gall, and then she gonna get Gall and find out Gall about don't like her ass either. But let's keep going. Casey and Annayia have a chat. He finally pulls her for the chat, right? He pulls her for the chat and then tells her he gonna let her go first. Boy,
if you don't get
why the fuck would you bring your ass over there asking her for a chat, and then when it's time to talk, you want her to be the one talking? Say what the hell you got to say, bruh. So he tells her that, he wants her to be able to just get everything out that she wants to say. So she tells him he was disrespectful with what he said and how he moved afterwards, right? Basically, what it sounds like, I'm not sure if she was talking about Casa or if she was talking about the fact that at the recoupling, he said, I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. I don't care. Feel how you gonna feel. I made my decision. And then afterwards, because remember, I told y'all it sounded like she wanted to have a talk with him immediately following what all went down, and he told her no. So it seems like she didn't like that, so she felt disrespected. But I feel like, to me, I don't really feel like that's, I'll say this, I understand her feeling disrespected, but I also understand him feeling like tension is high. I just got cussed the hell out, not by just you. Our issue is ours, but all your friends is coming at me. Because if the roles were reversed, that would be an issue. Nobody would like that. Everybody would be pouncing on the dudes like, why all you niggas coming at this girl, right? So at the end of the day, it didn't feel good. And he has every right to refuse a conversation. I don't want to talk to you right now. If I talk to you right now, I'm likely going to say some shit that you don't like. And then we're going to be arguing about something else. So just give me some time. We'll have that talk. You know, I wouldn't have wanted to talk to her as either. But either way, it is what it is. So they're talking now. So she said, when you got there, you couldn't look at me. You know, I'm with her on that. Like, look at her. You made this decision. But shit, Cordell definitely couldn't look at Serena ass either when he got back in that middle. Baby. Ooh. Ooh. But Serena also was able to hold her own. The girls didn't really pounce on Cordell like that. And Serena was able to hold her own. She was wearing his ass out. Anywho, he says that he had a whole speech ready to go, but he walked in and it was a fire. He walked into a fire. And I figure, especially after he heard everything, y'all booing folks and the shit y'all was saying, like, I'm sure. But I would have still got my speech off. I don't give a fuck. It's talking like somebody gonna have to shut the hell up. I got something to say. All right, let me get my speech out first. Okay. So he couldn't talk, and she was like, you could have said something. He was like, I couldn't. And it's like, come on, Annayia. You did see that he really couldn't say a whole lot of nothing. And then you like, TT was talking more than you because y'all kept, girl, don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Y'all kept cutting that man off. Even when he started talking, y'all cut that man off. He couldn't finish, ma'am. Okay? Either way it go, it is what it is. She says that it would have been more noble if he would have just took accountability. I also feel like even if he was finna do that, he girl, he barely could get that shit out. Okay. And I think accountability was probably the furthest in his mind after everybody was on his ass like that. But I do agree too, because that's all he had to say. Like, just get her the apology right out the gate. I apologize. This isn't about you. I don't want you to feel a certain way. I was just moving off of, what I thought would be best for me in this moment, and I think I found someone else that I'm more interested in, this, that, and other. So, y'all let me know your thoughts, because some of y'all may feel like he didn't get a chance to get to that part. Some of y'all may feel like, oh, he said that part. You don't remember it? No, bitch, I don't. And some of y'all may feel like, hell no, it didn't take much. It didn't take shit. Okay. Y'all may feel like he had no intentions of taking accountability, but leave your thoughts down below. Okay. So she says that he did, yeah, I think he said he did take accountability. I don't remember. Maybe he did. Y'all let me know. So she says that he didn't. And then he tried to turn it around on her. And then she turns around and calls him a coward. He says he doesn't like that word. And she said, but you was wrong though, at the end of the day. Okay. And then she said something about him pushing her away, whatever the case was. She says that he never told her sorry. And he said, I'm sorry. She said that wasn't even genuine. And so he apologized to her again. He said the last thing he wanted to do was make her feel like SHI. And he says everything wasn't fake, and he didn't want her to think that he didn't care about her. This ain't gonna look good for you, Casey, when the movie night comes. Because the shit you was talking over there in Casa, it does give that you were, even though I could see through it, I could see through the BS. You trying to talk that big talk around your homeboys, but you do really care, right? I mean, at the time, at least you did care. You know what I'm saying? But everything wasn't fake. It had to be fake as hell. Shit, if you sit up here saying that y'all ain't had nothing in common, like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. What I am so glad about is that Casey and Annayia is done. Okay. Now, if they would have got back together, make no mistakes, I probably would have been Team Kanaya. I'm not gonna hold you. But now that they not, it's just like, let's move on. I do like him better with TT, but TT may or may not stick around on his ass too. I don't know. She seemed to be locked in. They seem to have their jokes when Melanie, I thought it was funny and I don't care. When Melanie was over there leaning up trying to see what Amora was talking about, over there with Sincere, he was like, look at Melanie, look at Melanie, here it is. So something like that he said, and they both bust out laughing. I said, come on. They already got inside jokes or whatever the joke said. I like it. I don't give a damn. Okay. They don't bother me, honey. But that was pretty much the episode. There wasn't much else going on that episode that I cared to mention. You guys can continue the conversation down below. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. Like up the video, subscribe to the channel, and y'all know I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Boo. Bye.